Hey guys, it's 21 Maxwell here and welcome to episode number 70 of the TEW2013 series. Tonight we're bringing you our latest pay-per-view, TNA Blood and Thunder, which is our November pay-per-view, and we're hoping to continue on a couple of feuds here and possibly expand some of them on to the next pay-per-view, and we're going to end some because we've not got much dates left with the Japanese wrestlers, so it'll be interesting to see what kind of impact they have in one of their final appearances for the company. So we're booking this show in the southwest region. It's going to be in Carson, California, in the StubHub Centre in the southwest region. Again, the wrestling industry's high here, the economy's decent, importance is okay in this kind of region, so we're just really hoping that the benefits we can get here, is, this region doing well, and then it passing on to the other couple of regions that it spills over to, and overall having a good show. So 15 segments, mostly matches, as we hopefully try and get a lot of people over. Try and kind of progress them. If they're over, then we can start moving them up the card, and in other cases de-pushing people and just mixing feuds up. There we go. TNA Blood and Thunder. Let's hope for a good show. So we start off with our pyro. We decided since it was a pay-per-view, we should go with that. So usual boom 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 boom. The show starts with an impressive opening of pyro before the lights are raised and several sections of excited crowd. We're shown waving various signs. The focus then switches to the announce table where Jim Ross and Mike TNA introduce and hype tonight's show, and the expected impacts the likes of Adam Cole, CM Punk, Kota Ibushi, Shinsuke Nakamura, Bobby Lashley and Chris Hero are likely to have. So 78B there, a lot of overness there, so that was going to get us a good opening segment there. Really can't argue with that, we just really need to sort out Mike TNA's momentum. Next up, in our opening contest, in a match that had some good action and average heat, Hawkins defeated Mr. Anderson in 12-11 by pinfall with a handful of tights. Hawkins makes defence number 4 of his TNA Central Championship. Hawkins was off his game and could use something to freshen up his character, so we're going to look at that. The feud continues with that segment. A 61C is a bit disappointing from two mid-card talents, but I suppose it's all about establishing Kurt Hawkins here, or Hawkins as we know him as, because Mr. Anderson's the wrong side of 30, so we'll go with that. Mr. Anderson's improving his flying skills, and overall it's just really just the length and title prestige and stuff like that, and a stale character, but that'll come over time. In a match that has some good action and average heat, Eric Young defeated Jacob Goodnight in 12-03 by pinfall with a quick cradle, only a 44D. It doesn't seem like the crowd are really eating up this feud, which is disappointing. It was to rebuild Eric Young and let Jacob Goodnight put him over, as he'll start to put over a lot of wrestlers, but that's disappointing. Eric Young was really off his game. He's improving his rumble skills, but that's disappointing. I'm not happy with that. Again, length and booking decisions. I thought the length was okay. It seems to be what average matches should be in this card. But that is what it is. In a match that had some good action and average heat, Amazing Kong defeated Mickie James in 8:06 by pinfall with an amazing bomb. Amazing Kong makes defence number 4 of our TNA Women's Knockout title. Only 32B E+. I'm assuming that's because I've had them fight a couple of times. I was hoping they could have bettered it, but it wasn't as good as the previous matches. It needed to be much better. That's disappointing. No skill improvements here, so we'll definitely be taking Mickie James away from the Knockouts division anyway, and we pair her up with a wrestler and allow Awesome Kong to continue to dominate the division. But we need a lot of matches now to be strong, to put us in a good position. The camera cuts backstage to show Jethro applying his face paint ahead of his scheduled match later on, because obviously he's got this Joker kind of character. That's a 67C+. In a match that had some good action and average heat, Team 3D defeated the Hollywood Supernovas. That's Morrison and Joy Ryan in 12-18 when Joy Ryan was disqualified when fighting Billy Ray. Team 3D make defence number 3 of their TNA World Tag Team titles. Billy Ray was off his game. The 64C is okay, it's not great. The reason we made it a DQ is because we wanted to keep the titles on Team 3D, continue the feud, but of course make the Hollywood Supernovas look strong. Morrison's improving his technical skills, Joy Ryan's improving his flying skills, so there's a wee bit of benefits from that. And again, just length and being done to a cold crowd. And then the match had some good action and average heat. Jethro defeated Ethan Carter III in 11-20 by pinfall with a Swanton Bomb, 64C. Just really to give Jeff something to do. He's improving his performance skills. That's not too bad, but again, could be better. And about to feature great action and average heat, Matt Hardy defeated Austin Aries in 13-24 by pinfall with a Twist of Hate, 70C+, I good. Good rating there, and a good match for Matt Hardy to kind of get back up the card a little bit after his feud with Jeff. So I'm happy with that, and hopefully with a couple more matches between them, they could maybe mesh into a B-. The announcers put over the fact we'll be seeing Bobby Lashley take on Chris Hero, 71C+. This needs to deliver. And it doesn't, and about the features great action and average shape. Bobby Lashley defeated Chris Hero in 1820 by pinfall. The Dominator, only a 62C. Again, I thought these two guys would click, but not. Didn't happen. Chris Hero's improving his performance skills, even though he was off his game tonight. And it's just length and booking decisions. I think the length's fine. You know, it's a main event kind of caliber match. It's not the main event or the semi-main event, but it's up there. Rob Van Dam then comes out and says he'll take an open challenge that Samoa Joe has issued. Samoa Joe can't believe it and he freaks out because obviously Joe is pissed off and he's been beating people easily, and you know, RVD is going to come out and try and stop this wee unbeaten run he's on. But 70C+ is decent because RVD's mic skills aren't the greatest, and hopefully we'll build up some momentum for him. The match itself, only a 56C-. Jesus Christ, on a terrible pay-per-view. You really need the main event to deliver, and a match that had some good action and average heat. Rob Van Dam defeated Samoa Joe in 11:46 by pinfall with a fast roll-up. 56C-. No chemistry between the two guys, which is disappointing, so I think this feud will be ending pretty quickly. Samoa Joe's improving his performance skills, and again it's just stuff like worker chemistry, length and stuff like that. It's disappointing. So thankfully we've got a CM Punk promo, a B- of some sorts, so it's to help the main event deliver. CM Punk's interviewed by Matt Striker. He goes on a bit of rant how much he hates Adam Cole and the Resistance. It's a 73 B-. CM Punk was good, Matt Striker performed poorly, but hopefully we'll get Matt Striker to develop better performance skills like he's doing here, and eventually he'll be a solid interviewer. And again, the crowd was cold, but you know, hopefully that will heat up, and this has got to deliver. This has got to be 80, or we're in for a bad pay-per-view. We might just scrape a 70 odd rating with that pay-per-view main event. And about it featured great action and a good crowd. The Resistance, Adam Cole, Drew Galloway and Harry Smith defeated CM Punk, Shinsuke Nakamura and Kota Ibushi in 46-41. Drew Galloway was eliminated first, then Harry Smith, and then Adam Cole managed to defeat Shinsuke Nakamura, Kota Ibushi and finally CM Punk in the elimination match. A-B, I say I'm happy with that. The storyline continues between Punk and Adam Cole. CM Punk's improving Rumble, flying and performance skills, so that's really good. But I'm really happy with that. Very few negatives there. The good thing is hopefully that will give a rub to Harry Smith and Drew Galloway, but what I've learned for this pay-per-view is definitely a lot of undercard. Could do a lot of improving. And overall, we've already got a segment to end it, which is real may have saved us. The bell continues to ring as Adam Cole attacks. He slams CM Punk into the ring post, then falls out with a brutal DDT. Blood immediately erupts from the head of CM Punk, prompting the announcers to begin calling for help, and 93A, that may just save the show, as that is a fantastic rating. It continues that storyline, and everything was plus, there was no negatives there, which means overall 76 B-, so it's not our best show for a pay-per-view, but the only negatives were it drew too much from Drew Galloway, and the show increased our popularity in 23 regions, so no negatives here. This was all positive. So despite the really poor undercard and the poor ratings, the main event and the main event segment has saved us. So I think we'll be saying to CM Punk, praise for a good performance. Adam Cole, praise for a good performance. I'm going to rip apart Mickie James because she was terrible in her match. Ripped into for tonight's work. Mixed speech. CM Punk's happy. Adam Cole's pleased. Mickie James didn't seem too concerned with your speech for at least just now. So thankfully, as I say, that last segment saved us. So I'm intrigued to see how this affects how big the company is if we're that wee bit closer to national. Because that pay-per-view essentially could have made or break us if we lost a lot of popularity in regions. You know, we'd be really struggling. So just let us load, it'll come up in a second. We'll go quickly and read the report. TNA Blood and Thunder. Got a lot of praise, so it wasn't great, but you know, we still think it was a good show. That's okay. Nearly 25,000 as well, so that's good money. And we'll quickly check here in our emails. Joey Ryan's an offer for somewhere else. Network schedules, it's cool. Harry Smith, Joey Ryan, and Kota Ibushi need time off. To be fair, I've only got one more of Ibushi, so he'll be gone soon. And we got 2.02, which is quite decent. I'm just going to quickly go to our history as we get for Bound for Glory. 2.41, so we're down a little bit, but still a decent pay-per-view nonetheless. What I'm going to quickly check then is our size. Southwest is 70, a 66, a 65 for the Mid-South, 67, so not bad. You know, we need 8 to be national. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that are over, and 1 that's close, and then we'll start working in Midwest and Northwest. And we'll just quickly look, we lost 65k, so nothing great there. I may start high on the cruiserweights. I know it says I've got to go to owner goals. I've still got another 1 year and 3 months before I can start bringing in X Division wrestlers. Otherwise, the Young Bucks, the Motor City Machine Guns, and all the kind of guys would have been here a long time ago. But I'll maybe just wait till after the MMA crossover goal's done, get Dixie a bit happy with me instead of still being very low in the approval rating, and then hopefully finally we can start getting places and finally get to national, hire better wrestlers, and hopefully finally get good shows and compete with the WWE. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Hope you enjoyed the pay-per-view. Our next pay-per-view will be, if I quickly look at our schedule, let me see, TNA Retribution, which is the last show of the year. We hold it on the Sunday in the 4th week of December, so we get 4 weeks build to Retribution, and I'm going to try and make that a massive pay-per-view as we get ready to start into 2016. So thanks for tuning in, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please don't hesitate to leave a like. If you have any comments, leave them in the comments section below. And until next time, this is 21 Maxwell, and I will see you all real soon. Bye bye.